Hello students, myself is Parminder Singh from Prab Kirpa classes. Our today's topic is multinational companies. Everything you wanted to know. After going through this course, you will be able to understand the meaning of MNCs, its various features, what are the benefits and limitations of MNCs, and why there is need to regulate MNCs, and what is the role played by multinational corporations in the development of Indian economy, and whether MNCs also suffer from losses. If yes, now we will understand the meaning of MNCs. When we woke up in the early morning, what we normally do? We normally check our mobile phone, and the mobile phone may be manufactured by Samsung, Vivo, Oppo, or Apple company. All these companies are multinational companies. Then what we do after picking up the phone? Either we want to hear some religious song, or we may check our WhatsApp or Facebook. WhatsApp and Facebook also belong to multinational companies. If we want to hear some religious song, we will go to Google search, Bing, or Yahoo search. All these services are also provided by MNCs. If we want to purchase some product, we may go to the site of Amazon, eBay, Walmart, or any other site. All these sites also belong to multinational companies. It is not that domestic companies are not providing or manufacturing the products like mobiles or providing search engines, but most of the services, especially the technologically advanced features, are provided by MNCs. We will now discuss the correct meaning of MNC. MNC stands for multinational corporation, or multinational company, or international enterprise, global corporation. In our daily life, we come across products which are produced by MNCs. In last more than 2 decades, MNCs have played an important role in the Indian economy. MNCs have become a common feature of most developing economies in the world. MNCs are very big, gigantic corporations which have their operations in a number of countries. A multinational corporation is usually a large corporation incorporated in one country called the home country, which produces or sells goods or services in many other countries. These other countries are called host countries in addition to the home country. It means that a multinational company usually has headquarters in its home country, and it sells its products and services not only in the home country but also in many other countries of the world, and these other countries of the world are known as host countries. MNCs produce and customize products for individual countries. What is the aim of multinational company? The aim of multinational company is profit maximization and market maximization. These are the two main aims: to grab market share as well as profit maximization, rather than welfare maximization. Now we Come to the example of multinational company. An example of multinational corporation is Unilever, a consumer goods company which has its headquarters in London. Its products include many foods as well as tea, coffee, cleaning agents, pet foods, cosmetics. Unilever's products are sold in 190 countries of the world. Some examples, other examples of MNCs are Bata, Cadbury, Coca-Cola, Sony Corporation, ABB, and Colgate-Palmolive. Though we are giving the names of few companies, there are many other MNCs also in the world who are performing also better. Now, these are the questions for practice. What are the various names by which MNCs are known? We have already told you that MNCs are known by different names such as global enterprise, multinational companies, multinational corporations. What is meant by home country? Where the MNCs have their headquarters. What is meant by the host country? It has its operations in many other countries except the home country, and those countries where it has its operations other than the home country are known as host country. A multinational company aims at profit maximization or welfare maximization. Comment. As already told, a multinational company has aim of market maximization and profit maximization, and the welfare maximization is not on the front list, though MNCs also do take steps for the welfare of the public in host as well as in home country, but their main aim is profit and market. Now the topic before us is features of multinational corporations. Multinational corporations have distinct features which distinguish them from other private sector companies and public sector companies. We have already uploaded course on public sector companies and private sector companies. All these companies, whether they are MNCs, private companies or public sector companies, all these have their own features, own benefits and limitations. Now we come to the features of multinational corporations. First feature is huge capital resources. MNCs have huge financial resources. They enjoy credibility in the capital market. They are also in a position to borrow from financial institutions and international banks because MNCs have operations spread over a large number of countries and they produce quality products. So they have their credibility in the market, in the world market. So many institutions which are of international level or national level are ready to provide funds to the MNCs. Even the investors and banks of the host country are willing to invest in them. Because of their financial strength, MNCs are able to survive under all circumstances. It may be possible that an a MNC has operations in say 10 countries. Two of its countries have its operations are not giving any profits, they are incurring losses. But in other 8 countries, it may be running into profits. So it does not matter or affect the financial health of the MNC if it is suffering losses in 2 countries and making profits in 8 countries. It can bear the losses, but if a small organization has its operation in a limited area and the said organization is incurring losses, so the small organization may not continue for the long run. Next point is foreign collaboration. MNCs may collaborate with private and public sector companies in the host countries so that it may be at advantageous condition. Next is advanced technology. MNCs use advanced and sophisticated technology in their methods of production. Next feature is product innovation. These enterprises have highly sophisticated research and development departments. These departments are engaged in the task of developing new products as well as superior designs of existing products. As MNCs have to compete on the world level, so it pays special attention to the quality of its products. Next point, aggressive marketing strategy. They use aggressive marketing strategies in order to increase their sales in a short period. They possess a more reliable and up-to-date market information system, as they have very large financial resources. They use the latest technology in each and every field, and they spend huge amount on advertisement or in collecting the information from the market about the competitors, about its own products, what is the feedback of the general public. So all these types of strategies adopted by the MNCs put the MNCs in an advantageous condition as compared to other organizations. Since their brands are well known, selling their product is not a problem. If a MNC, suppose an MNC has its operations in 40 countries, if it gives an ad on YouTube relating to a particular product in English, the said ad may be viewed by the public of many countries. So its brand value is very much on the high side. Next point is global operations through a network of branches. Their operations and activities extend beyond the physical boundaries of the home country. It means that its operations are not limited only to the home country. Its operations are spread over the many countries of the world in addition to the home country. They operate through a network of subsidiaries, branches, and affiliates in host countries. Next point is big economic power. MNCs are powerful economic entities. They go on increasing their economic power through mergers, acquisitions, companies in host countries. Next feature of multinational companies, centralized control. They have their head office located in the home country and exercise control over all branches and subsidiaries which are situated in many countries of the world. Branches and subsidiaries of the MNCs operate within the broad policy framework of the parent company. There is no interference in day-to-day operations. Now these are the questions for your practice. Why do MNCs use aggressive marketing strategies? Why MNCs have highly sophisticated research and development departments? How do MNCs operate in host countries? Next, how do MNCs go on increasing their economic power in the host countries? Where is the head office of MNC located? Now, the topic before us is benefits of multinational corporations. First benefit, employment generation. MNCs create large scale employment opportunities in host countries. Next point, automatic inflow of foreign capital. With the entry of MNCs in the host country, the inflow of foreign capital is automatic. When an MNC comes to the host country to set up a unit or start its operations, it may purchase land or buy the land on, say, lease, or it may buy machinery or other products. All these products require money. So there is automatic inflow of foreign capital in from its parent organization to the host country. Improvement in balance of payment position. As many products for the MNCs are exported from the host country, it increases the exports of the host country. It improves the balance of payments position of the host country. Next benefit, end of local monopoly. The entry of MNCs leads to competition in the host countries. The new scenario, that is the entry of MNC in the host country, compels the domestic companies to improve their efficiency and quality, and it ends the monopoly of local companies in the host country. Next point is growth of industry. Multinational companies help local producer or domestic industry by setting up partnerships. Most of the requirements of multinational companies in respect of raw materials, spare parts, etc. are being met by local suppliers. Next benefit of multinational companies is assurance of quality products. MNCs assure good quality products to the products to the customers. Next benefit, improvement in standard of living. By providing the best quality products and services at a better price, MNCs help improve the standard of living of people of host countries. Now the time for questions for practice. How MNCs improve the balance of payment position of the host country? Next, how does the entry of MNCs results in the end of equal monopoly? Next, how do the MNCs help to improve the standard of living of people of host countries? Now the topic before us is limitations of multinational companies. First point is danger for domestic industries. MNCs have huge financial resources. They can easily dominate the market due to better products and lower prices because they have enough financial resources and they enter a particular country. They may reduce, they may offer the products to the public at the price which is less than the cost at which the product is produced. Though they may be incurring losses, but their main aim at the time of entry is to grab the market share, so they can afford to sell their products at below the cost price. Domestic industries, on the other hand, cannot afford, cannot match the financial resources of MNCs. They cannot face the challenges posed by the MNCs because the MNCs have fixed funds. So MNCs can afford to bear losses for a long time, but domestic companies cannot. So the MNCs wipe off local competition, and many domestic industries have to wind up in due course of time because they may be continuously incurring losses. Next limitation of multinational company: uncertainty in jobs. When a company decides to expand its operations to a different nation, employment generates at the new location. But the MNCs can move or shift their production factory or offices in a very short time. They may decide that they will shut their operations in a particular region or in a particular country and will shift their production factory to some other country or region. Why do they do so? For any reason like low wages at other location. This creates uncertainty for the host country. Next point is repatriation of profits. Repatriation of profits means sending profits to the home country to which it originally belongs. MNCs earn huge profits and send their profits back, which adversely affects the foreign exchange reserves of the host country. Next limitation is no benefit to poor people. And it is argued by some people that MNCs produce goods which are used by rich people. So generally, poor people of the host countries do not get any benefit from MNCs. Next point is environmental concerns. What is the aim of the multinational companies? As already told, their main aim is market maximization and profit maximization. The main concern of MNCs is profit making, and they do not take steps for the welfare of the people, for the well-being of the environment. If such steps leave the company in an unfavorable position, it means that there may be some companies in MNCs which care for the public or for the environmental issues. But if such type of issues cost very much to the organization, that is millions or crores of rupees have to be spent, they think twice. They can cut their cost of production by not taking proper precautions to stop pollution. It means that if they have to install the appropriate devices or machinery to reduce pollution, it may cost to the MNC in crores, billions, millions or billions of rupees. So it may decide not to install such type of devices or machinery and instead go on as it is, whether their operations cause pollution or not. They care less for the environmental issues or for the welfare of the public. Next point is disregard to national priorities of the host countries. MNCs invest in most profitable sectors and disregard the national goals and priorities of the host countries. They do not take care for the development of backward regions of the host country. They establish their factories or units only in those places where it benefits them most, where they can get their raw material easily, where labor is easily available at less prices. In nutshell, they only care for the profits, and they generally do not take any steps to solve the chronic problems of the host country like unemployment and poverty. Next point, on which ground it is MNCs are criticized, is exploitation of workers. MNCs often invest in those countries where regulations and laws are not strict with regard to worker welfare and where cheap labor is available. These multinational companies usually have their base in developed countries where they have proper timings, office timings or work timings, that is 7 hours shift timings and weekend off. It means that there may be holiday in the main countries, developed countries, Saturday, Sunday off. But their offices or centers in developing countries normally have 12 hours working per day with 1 day off only. That during the 1 week, they may be having, the workers of the MNCs in the host countries or less developing countries may be having only 1 day off in a week. Next is promotion of foreign culture. MNCs tend to promote foreign culture in the host country to sell their products. They make people forget about their own cultural heritage. These companies increase the culture of fast food and soft drink in developing countries. Foods like burgers and coke promoted by MNCs are injurious to the health of the people also. Next limitation is MNCs pressurize governments. MNCs have lot of funds for investment in any country. So many a time the government agrees to change the laws and provide certain benefits to MNCs that may not be beneficial for the long-term welfare of their people. Next limitation is creation of monopolistic conditions. As I already told that when an MNC enters a host country, it may sell the products at very cheap prices as it can afford to bear losses even in the long run. But the domestic companies cannot survive for long by incurring losses. So the MNCs, as they have lot of funds, they can buy out their competitors through mergers and acquisitions, which may result into monopolistic conditions. Google, for example, owns a significant majority of the search engine traffic. The reason why monopolies are a disadvantage of MNCs is that if you can purchase a particular item from a one MNC only, then that MNC is free to set whatever price they want for its product because there is no competition. It means that if in your country a particular type of product is being manufactured by a particular MNC only, you have no choice but to buy that product from that MNC only. it results into the creation of monopolistic condition for the MNC. Now these are the questions for your practice. First is, how do MNCs pose danger to domestic industries? How some actions of MNCs can cause uncertainty of jobs in the host country? What is meant by repatriation of profits? Whether MNCs always take steps for the welfare of people, for the well-being of the environment? Next, how do MNCs tend to promote foreign culture in the host country? How MNCs can pressurize the government in the host country? Seventh, how MNCs can create monopolistic conditions in the host country. Now the topic before us is regulation of MNCs. It means whether the operations of MNCs need to be regulated. Now we will try to find out the answer for the same. Some countries provide incentives to MNCs such as tax breaks, and labor standard enforcement. It means that they provide some sort of relaxation to the MNCs in respect of their environment laws or labor laws. The government of the host country may allow collaboration in certain select industries or certain select regions where the operation of MNC is felt highly suitable. Similarly, the government may deny permission to the MNC in specific cases. MNCs are playing a good role in economic, industrial, and technological development of both the developed and developing countries. The MNCs are the realities of our times. But at the same time, we must remember that the MNCs present a danger to the economies and the power of the host as well as home countries. There is need for better regulation of MNCs. There is an urgent need for controlling their activities to prevent them from assuming such a position which can harm the interests of developing countries. It means that as the MNCs have billions of dollars with them, they may influence any government and they may assume such a dominant role in the economy of any country that it may ultimately prove to be harmful for the economy of any particular country. No one can forget the world's worst industrial disaster which happened in India, which is known by the name Bhopal gas tragedy, which happened in December 1984, in which thousands of people died and more than 5 lakhs injured. This is the photograph of some of the childs which are facing the consequences of this gas tragedy. It is said that even after span of more than 39 years, the people that area are still suffering from many types of diseases till date. These pictures depict a lot. Bhopal gas tragedy occurred due to sheer negligence and disrespect for the pollution control norms by a subsidiary of a multinational, Union Carbide Corporation. It shows that just for earning money, such a multinational never had a concern for valuable human lives. All the nations must establish national and international institutions which are capable to control these economic giants, that is the MNCs. These are the questions for your practice. Why there is an urgent need for controlling the activities of multinational companies, how the government in the host country can regulate the activities of MNCs. Next, how the nations can control the MNCs. Next, in which form some countries provide incentives to MNCs. Now, the topic before us is MNCs in India, an overview. The Indian economy is going through a transition phase where the restructuring of industries and firms is taking place in the form of privatization, globalization, and liberalization. MNCs are playing a good role in economic, industrial, and technological development of India. The MNCs are the harsh realities of our times. Companies across the globe find India hard to ignore due to its vast population and huge market potential. It means that the MNCs cannot afford the market which the India has because its population is very large. So it provides a big opportunity for the MNCs to set up their operations, factories, or provide services to a country like India, which can earn huge resource, huge reserves for the MNCs. Tata, Aditya Birla Group, Infosys, Wipro, and HCL are some of the examples of MNCs which have their headquarters in India because these are Indian multinational companies. On the other hand, Nestle, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, and Google, the companies which have their headquarters or which belong to some other country. They have their headquarters in some other country and they are the foreign companies and have their operations in India as well. While many Indian companies such as Tata's, the Birlas allocate funds for charitable works like hospitals, temples, scholarships for higher studies, not many MNCs do so. Most multinationals in India deal in non-essential products such as soaps, shampoos, lotions, and other consumer products. Hardly any multinational company is getting involved in developing activities such as infrastructure, that is roads, ports, power plants, etc. Few big names like Swiss building materials firm Holcim, US automaker Ford, UK banking major Royal Bank of Scotland, and US banking giant Citibank have chosen to wind up their operations in India, decrease their presence in India in recent times. The reasons for them to reduce or close their operations in India are different for different companies. However, a few reasons the MNCs to leave India or reduce operations in India are as follows. First is restructuring to curb losses. Next point, failure to crack price sensitive Indian market. Another point, regulatory issues. Then high tariff barriers, red tape, complicated land policies. Another is infrastructure issues. It is not all the government's fault if we go through all these reasons for the MNCs to reduce or close their operations. We must remember that the Indian market in general is very price sensitive because the majority of people in India have low per capita income. There is definitely a lack of planning or understanding of the Indian markets among the MNCs that have failed. The competition in India is also very high, and most foreign companies struggle to meet customer expectations. Some MNCs also left India because of a change in their own priorities. For instance, Holcim decided to sell its Indian operations to billionaire Gautam Adani to move away from traditional cement business to low carbon cement and other eco-friendly building materials. While Citibank left India as it decided to exit retail banking globally. Every MNC has its own strategy. To attract MNCs, India needs to simplify regulations further and offer them single window clearance. Single window clearance means that they do not have to go from one office to another to get the clearance for, say, land, or to set up a particular type of factory, or to visit the pollution control office to get pollution clearance and such, and to electricity office to get electricity connection. So there needs to have single window clearance, that is they need to apply only one time and all types of facilities will be provided to them on a single application. Then we come to the questions for practice. Why some MNCs have left India or reduced their operations in India? Whether government of India is responsible for the exit of some MNCs from India. Next point is, how can the government of India attract MNCs to invest in India? Next, why Indian market is very price sensitive. Then whether MNCs are playing a good role in economic, industrial and technological development of India. If you like our video, please like, share and subscribe our channel. Thank you.